first at 11, a new backdrop to the ongoing calls for change in South Florida. A group that used to investigate police misconduct could be coming back. Good evening, I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. That civilian panel in Miami-Dade County was disbanded more than a decade ago, and the current mayor recently vetoed a plan to bring it back.
Tonight, as protesters demand accountability following the death of George Floyd, Mayor Carlos Jimenez appears to be shifting his stance. CBS 4's Ty Russell is live in Miami with our top story at 11. Ty.
Well, Lauren and Elliot, I'm here at the state attorney's office because there were some protesters here earlier today calling for some of the changes, similar messages we've been seeing throughout last week. And tonight, one county commissioner is proposing an idea that was once vetoed by the county mayor. A group of protesters Monday continue to call for changes. At the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office, it was a smaller group than previous protests, like the ones we saw Friday and Sunday forcing I-95 to close in Miami. But leaders say they're still listening.
I really want to get out there and march with them.
Miami-Dade Commissioner Barbara Jordan has instead come up with a plan that may help address police brutality and systemic racism. She wants each county leader to appoint someone to a civilian oversight board to ease concerns, and not just about the police department.
When we really want to make sure that it is addressing issues countywide that employees and the community may have.
If someone files a complaint, a group of judges, social workers, and even HR workers in the county will investigate. The proposal may win over support from Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez, who previously vetoed the idea of an oversight committee.
Because I didn't want just representation from special interest groups. If we're going to have a civilian investigative panel, it has to be made up of people from the community, all the community.
The board will also make recommendations to the county mayor or department head if the civilian panel is consistently ignored by officials.
That gives justification. Wait a minute, we have an election coming up. And we need to pay attention to this information.
The civilian board wouldn't have power to overrule any department leader's decision, so I asked the commissioner whether it'll have an equal amount of influence compared to a police or workers union. She hopes leaders are fair.
The unions are paid to do what they do, to advocate for their constituents. But we have to realize as administrators and elected officials that we have a responsibility to the public.
Even though the board may have subpoena power to call witnesses, officers are not included.
We could not subpoena police officers because of their protections based on the Bill of Rights that they have, especially if there's an investigation going on.
Monday, Miami-Dade police worked to ease concerns. The department says it doesn't use chokeholds or strangleholds. Officers are already trained on de-escalation tactics, and there's policy in place to exhaust all options before a shooting. And if firing a shot, a warning is required, and officers must intervene if they see one of their own out of line. As for Commissioner Jordan, she says she plans to bring this idea up once again at a county commission meeting next week on Tuesday. We are live in the city of Miami. I'm Ty Russell, CBS 4 News Tonight.